Hello everyone, this is AmberAnkNA here. Welcome to my channel. Well, I play a variety of games and do narrations for fanfics. I'm really hoping you enjoy my content. If you do, make sure to comment below, leave a like, and subscribe with the notifications on. Right, so next time, this is AmberAnkNA. Welcome to my channel. So, hi. The Voodoo Man. Chapter 12. Victoria. But I know, somehow, that only when it is dark enough can you see the stars. Martin Luther King, Jr. Remember the gypsy's words from a couple of years prior? Max had a new idea. She didn't give a ton of thought to the women's cause at the time. But now that she was assisting in this sort of between space, she was ready to believe. Okay, Max. You have to let go if you want to take control. She sat on the bed, crossed her legs beneath her. Across the room, directly in her line of sight, Max gazed at her dresser and mirror. The second drawer from the bottom right was a semi-secretive space where she hid her collection of special items. To an outside observer, the drawer would have seemed like a sign of childhood sayings, dedicated to her best friend, Chloe. Anytime she would get sad after moving to Seattle, she locked her door, explored that dresser. She would spread the items out on the floor around her so she was surrounded by a simpler time from her life before everything changed. A couple of missed tapes dedicated to Chloe, with pirate drawings all over them. Shoestrings tied together with the words, "I love you forever," in the center. They formed two bracelets, one of which was earmarked for Chloe but was neglected to be given to her. Max was nervous back then that her strong groupiness would scare her best friend away. She never met anyone like Chloe before, constantly on her mind and in her heart. The strings were taken from two pairs of old shoes that belonged to both Chloe and Max, twisted together to form the one band. They were tattered a bit, but certainly decent enough to wear as bracelets. One pink and one blue. An old cardboard box of pictures, hundreds stacked to capacity. Most images, by far, that Max had collected were of her best friend. Chloe always asked Max to be in the pictures with her, but Max wasn't as concerned with her own image like she was of Chloe's. She felt she needed to collect as many as possible because she didn't want to forget even a single moment together. Part of her figured Chloe would leave her behind evenly, and she didn't want to forget anything. A jar of United States quarters, seeing Chloe had started to collect, that continued growing. It was a joke at first, but quickly became a fun thing they did today. From 1999 until William died, they collected every state that was released. Only the 2008 quarters. Arizona, Alaska, and Hawaii were all that was remaining for a complete set. After moving to Seattle, Max couldn't bring herself to finish her question without Chloe. She'd break away the memories and close her eyes. Let go, Max. Breathe in, breathe out, let go. Breathe in, breathe out, my Chloe. Breathe in, breathe out, the super conscious, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. I need some help. Abruptly, a familiar voice strike through Master's thoughts. Oh, so you want help? But you can control everybody and everything? Huh. Just trying to warm your fingers? Master kept her eyes closed and focused on the words. She heard it all before somewhere, but couldn't quite place where or when. Though she was hearing the voice aloud in real time. She couldn't tell if it was coming from her past or her future. Who are you? How do I know you? Holy shit, are you serial? I'm you, dumbass. Or I'm one of many masses you left behind. Suddenly, like a bullet from the gun Corey used for shooting practice in the junkyard, Mass knew exactly who she was hearing. It was vivid, like jumping into the deep end of a pool in the summer. She was teleported back to her night now. Mass scanned her surroundings, knowing full well she was in the Two Wheels diner, where the lighting was dim, at best. She gazed down at her hands, wiggling a few fingers to make sure she was still in control of herself. Then she folded them together on top of the table. Underneath her fists was laminated restaurant menu. Home-style cooking, Mass read aloud. I miss Joyce's so much, and her cooking was so good. Mass licked her lips, but didn't feel hungry yet in the moment. She knew she needed to focus. We're getting close now, Chloe. I have no idea what to do, but I can feel you somehow. I want to see your face and hold you in my arms and kiss your lips. It was Chloe's birthday. She used as the code to release her from the nightmareless prison she was stuck in, welcoming her into the diner, into the deepest portion of her subconscious. Thinking about her favorite person, Max remembered when Chloe assertively came in and stirred up to her intrusive thoughts that came in the form of her physical self. The memory was clear in her mind, though looking around the diner, it was empty. Max realized how it worked when she was there before. She stood up and walked towards the restroom, beginning where she started in her nightmare. She nodded through the diner. Okay, so Dana was sitting on this table near the gumball machine. She pointed at the table in front of her. As he spoke, Dana appeared on the table where she had been. Holy shit! Matt jumped backwards and steadied herself. She tiptoed around the inanimate version of Dana she somehow created, observing the body that appeared before her. She reached out to touch the freezer's hair, but her hand went through her like thin air. Incredible. Matt faced the interior of the diner and began summoning every person she remembered. Like playing some sort of crashing video game, when she got to Warren and Kate, she remembered her last interactions with them and her reality. She had felt sad, lonely, jealous, guilty, and an entire elusive intimacy of emotions because they had simply found joy together. Max wanted to give Kate a hug and apologize to Warren, but she fought through her memories of her past so she could focus on her current task, ultimately finding Chloe. She did not stop until every individual, including random citizens, truckers, and police officers, were in those plots. After she had summoned everyone, Max was nearly out of bliss. When she arrived, the place was completely empty. Now, the entire population of Acadia Bay was sitting and standing all around her, including the ones outside the diner, on the sidewalk, and in the street. Matt sat down in the booth where she had wistfully met the nightmarish version of herself to rest. When she widened her eyes and looked around to view all the work she had accomplished, she noticed the figure that looked like Victoria was staring in her direction from the booth in front of her. That's not right. Suddenly, the blonde's eyes twinkled in emerald green and she stirred, walking in Matt's direction. Matt felt her heart racing as she feared what was about to happen. It made it a long way, dearly. Victoria sat on the opposite side, joining Matt in her views. Voodoo man? Matt asked, what's happening to me? Well, you can call me whatever you want, but yes, it is I. Victoria leaned towards Matt, both elbows on the table, head prep in her hands. I am impressed by you, child. You have made it a very long way. When I first met you, I did not believe you were the one, but I am overjoyed that it is you. I don't understand, Matt faltered. I am the one? Even though he looked exactly like Matt's former nemesis from Blackwell, the burger certainly didn't sound anything like her. We do not have much time, you and I. Let's know that if you pull this off, it was a father's determination and a soulmate's love that brought you, your Bruno nose, back. A father's love? Matt asked, what does Raylan have to do with any of this? Like I said, we do not have much time. My spirit will cross over when you're finished. But you do have one more thing to do. You must play your role and create some way to convince yourself that saving Chloe is the only option that she will choose. That you will choose. Matt sat silent as he replayed the events of the last couple of years in her mind. So, the gypsy, that was you? Victoria nodded. What about the girl in the bike shop? Matt hesitated. Did you give me that bite? Was that you? Victoria shook her head. I have no idea who that girl was, but she no doubt made things easier for us. Well, why are all the physics? Why did you send me to that perfect beast reality? That was fucking cool. You could have just told me everything. Victoria nodded. Quickly, I will explain. She sat up straight and lowered her hands on top of Matt's. So, if it makes you feel better, I did not lie when I said I had a daughter like you once. My village was attacked. I could not protect my family. My spirit has existed here in this realm for 1,000 years, living in pain and regret, until William's spirit rescued me and asked for my help. I was a lost soul. We made a deal that I would try everything in my power to save both you and Chloe. I am very sorry for the torture I put you through, but I had to ensure you would bend but never break. What did you mean when you said I am the one? Master's head was spinning. Everything she went through since Chloe's death had been difficult, to say the least. Most of her more recent praise was induced by this broker. We have tried to get you to this point repeatedly. We went through that time loop, hoping you would get to this point. The cycle continued no matter what we tried, until we decided to see how resistant your spirit truly was. And with a little direction, here you are. We attempted many combinations of events and successes, of facing with Miriam's success. Nothing has brought you to this space until now. And now, you have one more task. Convince yourself to save your Chloe. Victoria brought eye contact instead. Use your memories, child. The ones that will convince yourself. She walked to the spot where she originally sat. Play your role properly, and you will save your soulmate. Play my role? Max down the crowded diner, then back down at herself. As she gazed outside, she caught a glimpse of her own reflection. In that brief second, she no longer saw herself. Only the eyes of her inner fields looked back at her. Oh, fuck! Victoria! Or Voodoo Man! A broker! Are you saying I have to become her? Without turning back around, the figure responded, I'm saying you always have been. Max eagerly, frighteningly wanted to ask 100 more questions, but no words came out. The bond froze in place, and Max knew she was alone again. Hi everyone. This is AmberAnkNA 2000 again. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Because, I really did enjoy making it. But, so I hope you enjoyed it. Comment, like, and subscribe with the notifications on down below. Till next time, bye!